I recently rekindled my childhood love of Bakugan, which naturally led me to eBay so I could burn some cash on 15-year-old plastic. What I found kind of surprised me. For starters, with the exception of some real serious outliers, you can get into collecting Bakugan for some pretty reasonable rates, at least compared to some collectible games I'm aware of. That is, unless you're a Darkest Bakugan player, because jeez! The second thing that surprised me was how many Bakugan I still remembered when I was a kid. I primarily watched the show, and as far as I can tell, nearly every single Bakugan they actually made in real life made it into the show. There are only a few exceptions to this, namely a few alternate forms for some of the more prominent Bakugan. Then the third thing that surprised me was actually the reverse. A bunch of Bakugan from the anime never made it into real life, including some really prominent members of the cast. Here are some of my favorite anime exclusives that I'd buy a toy for. Top of the list are the hybrid Bakugan from the original series. The show introduced them as generals in Naga's army, and their signature thing was that they were 2 attributes instead of 1. We never got to see any of them in ball form in the show, let alone as a toy, and it's something I was always super curious about, but apparently I will never get a chance to see them. Speaking of Naga, 5th Paladin was the throwaway Bakugan used by the main human villain, Hal G, and he looks super cool. I wish I could have had one. Bakugan Season 2, New Destroya, really dropped the ball with all their lower stakes Bakugan. You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that are used by random goons or one-off antagonists. We saw dozens of these guys in Season 1, but nearly all of them from Season 2 didn't make it. Which is a shame because I love a lot of these guys. Hammersaur unfolds in this really fun way, and both Jeldon and Rafflesean have this really cool transparency to them that I think would have been really fun to have as a toy. The strangest of all the ones they left off? Ultimate Dragonoid, the final form of the main Bakugan, the peak of Drago's power in Season 1. Just not a real thing, apparently. I mean, that thing would have sold like hotcakes. How do you drop the ball on just all of these things as toys?